We surveyed over 1,400 adolescents of all genders. Girls told us that they don't want boys showing up adhering to these restrictive ideas of what it means to be, in inverted commas, real boy. And so if you're a heterosexual adolescent boy, that's a pretty compelling pitch. They don't want you rocking up as the big dog alpha male. They want you rocking up as your authentic self and connecting with them at a much deeper level.
These boys aren't doing very well.
Yeah.
They're lonely. They're more likely to find connections in their online lives than in their real kind of in-person lives. They're often experiencing different forms of depression, self-harm.
Because it was a very strong link, is that the more you subscribe to rigid views of masculinity, the worse outcomes that you will have.
One of the findings that I certainly found most hopeful in this study is that young people say that their parents are the most influential people in how they show up in the world.
The overwhelming majority of adolescent boys don't rigidly subscribe to these restrictive ideas about what it means to be a boy. As you say, though, the small group of adolescent boys that do, they're more likely to be using aggression towards others, more likely to self-report sexually harassing a woman or a girl, more likely to retaliate when rejected. Really importantly, they're more likely to self-report victimization. In this study, we saw that 83% of the boys who were using one form of violence were also reporting that they had been a victim. And so whilst we can't draw causative conclusions here, as you've pointed to, there's a really tight link. And then digital surveillance, almost a quarter of adolescents telling us that it's okay to call or text incessantly if your partner is not picking up. And it's okay to look at who they're communicating with on social media. These are indicators of a relationship that has aspects of coercive control taking place. The reality, though, is these young people who we're going to be locking up have been victims of violence and abuse first and have come to the attention of the criminal justice system second. And so the point we make in this work, the point Jesuit Social Services is making in our advocacy more generally, is you don't make the community safer by putting young people in prison.